using those. I'm just putting away my blooming cat. Do you know what? Coming on here, I just really feel like, yeah, I need to clear out these old Oracle deck ones. Honestly, I really do. I really do. Okay, I'm going to use the spellcaster. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. I'm going to use the spellcaster one. Okay, let's just do this. No one's going to come on. I'm just going to do my own card, which is always helpful for me. Make sure that I've shuffled these. Let's do this first. Welcome to me, welcome Lindsay. Okay, let me just, I just thought, let's do mine first. I'm going to use the spellcaster. I'm going to use the handbook with this too. Do you know what? I really need to declutter these decks. It's stressing me out. Hey, love bug. Hey, cute. What is it, Marie? Hey, Holly. Leslie, welcome, welcome. Okay, really quick readings because... Oh, look at this. 8 of Swords tied in. Look at that. 8 of Swords tied in, restricted. Sometimes it can be like a mental anguish holding us back. I hope everyone's having a good weekend. So let's just see what's in this deck. It says self-made cage, prison, restriction, hardship, possessiveness. Ooh, submission. Oh, that's how I feel. Look at the ball behind there. What have we got? Yeah, it can be Taurus too, you know. I get this feeling, you know what I'm getting with this card? A feeling of standing on your own, standing alone, standing on your own. So there's a definite feeling here of standing in your truth. Yeah, becoming your own journey, becoming one's journey. How poetic is that? But that's what I've got. So that's my card today. All right, who would like a card? Let me know. Holly, let me do you. Quick, really quick. Holly. Oh, I love the way this deck shuffles. Do you know, let's see. 4 of Wands, togetherness. Definitely togetherness. It's like anticipation of something special. Sometimes it's about anniversary, engagements, weddings, stuff like this. It's like a special occasion. But what have we got here for you? Oh God, I've got the Billy Joel song. You may be right. You know what I mean? There's a feeling here of getting things in order. I just feel like that will smooth things out. So you're having issues in any relationship, there's a feeling here of being more organized. You know, there's just a feeling here of, yeah, so there might be a spring clean, you know, it could be just stuff, but there's a feeling here of getting rid of, like, making your life easier, then your relationships are easier. That's what I've got here for you, you know? So yeah, so if you're having any little bickerings going on, there's a feeling here of simplicity is key here, okay? So just remember that simplicity. Get organized. So there we go. Less is best sometimes. Okay, Lindsay, let's do you. Lindsay. Yeah, simplicity. It's quite funny because I don't know whether you heard me coming on here. I went, oh my God, I just feel so stressed here. I've got these cards here and I've been saying I've got to get rid of them, and I thought, you know what? Oh, you know what came to mind? Yeah, I can sell these. I might as well just sell them. I don't know, just say $200. I'm just pulling a figure out of my head. But that could be like $200 to go into something more. I'm not going to say gold, but something more that can bring better value. You know what I mean? There's a definite feeling here of that. Okay, who did I say? Lindsay. Shuffle quickly. Shuffle, Lindsay. Yeah, but I do feel restricted. That was my card. What's this one? Seven of Pentacles. Look, look how she's making things grow. So sometimes we have to wait. Sometimes we're putting all the effort in order to see things flourish. So let's just see what they say in this one. And then what I get. Seven of Pentacles. This here. Oh, yeah, okay. Delay. Success after a delay. Unexpected money. Pouring blood, sweat, and tears into a project. Taking care of something precious. So what have I got here for you? Is that even... I don't even know. Is that blurry? No. Okay. I have got something completely different. I don't know whether, oh gosh, this is really weird. Have you got a dishwasher? There's a feeling here of rinse aid. I don't know whether you put too much in. There's just a feeling here of being mindful of your resources. So I don't know, you're very wasteful, heavy-handed. It's really interesting when my kids do the washing, I'm like, don't put that much in. Of course they say put in a whole cap. You know, they want you to use all that, but you really don't need that. It's not as if you work in the mines, but there's a feeling here of overutilizing your resources. And I look at her, I look at that blue. Does everyone else think of rinse aid, you know, going into the dishwasher? Be very mindful about that. There's a feeling here of using too much, and obviously as well, sometimes when that's caked on, you can actually taste it in your food. So yeah, there's a feeling here of overutilizing resources here. So maybe, I don't know, just be mindful of how much you're utilizing things, because you could be saving money. All right, that's what I have for you. Does that make sense? I did say, oh yeah, you've been, yes, there's a feeling here of that. So just be mindful. You know, like, as I said to you, you read those things and they say, oh yeah, use a capful. No, I use like 1/8 of what they say. But I feel like, and it's expensive, don't you reckon, the dishwashing stuff? So just be mindful about cutting back on stuff. Be really mindful about what you're utilizing. And it's really funny. We get vouchers sometimes when we go to the casino. You know, you scan the cards and you win a voucher. And we went for breakfast locally with my daughter, and I was just sitting there thinking, you know, this is really expensive. And sometimes we can come to that realization ourselves just by taking a step back and saying, like, changing of habits, like, you know, be mindful of your money. You know, I know it can only be 20 bucks here, 30 bucks here, but it all adds up, right? It all adds up. Oh, your water bill was out of control. There you go. There you go. Be mindful. Maybe it's about putting the dishwasher on too much. When we moved here, we had to replace everything. We spent bloody fortune. That's why we're in debt. But we got a new dishwasher, and there's an app, and it tells me that I can put it on at 1 a.m. to save electricity. It's off peak. But I do sometimes, when I unpack the dishwasher in the morning, I actually put that timer on so I don't forget, because there's nothing worse than waking up and your dishes. So maybe you can set a timer for that, you know, at 8 a.m. But maybe you need to fill up your dishwasher more. I don't know, but there's something definitely about that where you could be saving money on something and then enjoy it in other areas of your life. Okay. Okay. Who do we say? Did I say anyone? I don't think I did. Okay, Love Bug Blues. Let's do you. Okay, Love Bug Blues. And it's interesting because I want to get this stuff for my grass, so you don't have to water it as much. Okay, Love Bug Blues. I think I said rules, but anyway, Love Bug. Quick. Oh, look at him. He's standing like he's one, isn't he? 7 of Wands. Do I remember 7 of Wands? What's that in the real... 8 of Wands is the quick news. 7 of Wands. What have we got? Okay, overcoming something like bravery. Negotiation, success despite competition, peak performance, negativity over combativeness, people around you, challenges faced, but setbacks must be conquered if one is to succeed, a trying time, a position of power, domination, having the upper hand. What have we got here for you? What have I got here for you? Okay, there's a feeling here of strike while the iron's hot. So there's definitely something around you that you can jump on board and it will end up being a success. There's a feeling here about not holding back, you know. So I hope that helps you, but that's what I have with this. there's a feeling here of don't put something off, okay? Don't put something off. So just be mindful about that. That's what I've got. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's all part of the plan, as they say on social media. Nancy, it's all part of the plan. Okay. Welcome, welcome. Okay, who is next? Okay. Who else would like a card? Let me know, let me know. Kathleen. Let's do it. Kathleen. Wow. He said, you said motorcycle last year, and I said no. He was hiding in a storage unit. Oh, wow, Nancy, isn't that amazing? You know what's really interesting? Okay, I get so put down by my husband because he really doesn't believe in this, and he's sort of like, it's to the point where and I just keep it to myself now. And I had this dream that, you know, we go to the casino probably once a week, and I had this dream I was walking into this room, and it was like chocolate, it was like Cadbury, it was a purple room, and there was a machine there, and I said, I don't know how to use this one. And there was 3, I thought they were hippos, but there were 3 bulls in the background. And then we stayed there all day, you know, just fluttering around and whatever. And then I said to him, oh, we have to go upstairs. I said, I really want to play this machine upstairs because this is where the chocolates are. It just made me click. And I walked around the whole thing and I went, oh my God, there's this one machine that you get 3 bulls and you get this free spins. Anyway, we put our money in and sure enough, we lost it. But then my husband went off to the toilet and I thought, I'm going to put my $20 in while he's off the toilet because I believe in this, you know what I mean? He doesn't, so it's like the bad voo-voo. And then I won the free spins. So it's quite fun, you know what I mean? Like you think that things, so just pay attention to your dreams. All right, here we go. Who did I say was next? I know I did say somebody. Kathleen, that's right. Just comment again because your comment's gone. Okay. Okay, quick. What does Kathleen need to know? We'll see. All right. Queen of Wands. Yeah, they are good cards, aren't they? I do really like this deck. Maybe I just end up with this one. Okay, this is somebody who's very kind, very calm, unlike the Swords, very sharp tongue. This is somebody who has a deep love for animals and who's very genuine. You know, that it's someone who's peaceful. They're able to let go of things that no longer serve. So maybe you need to do that. There's leadership, there's confidence, there's self-aware, there's self-assured. But what do we get for you with here? What do we get for you? So I feel like there's feeling here, someone needs to apologize. That's what I've got. I just feel like don't take no for an answer. So I feel like this is probably you being very kind and calm and soft and, you know, like I feel like that's how I am in my relationship, but there's a feeling here of don't take no for an answer, you know, like yes, kind and calm, but that doesn't mean to stand back, you know. There's a definite feeling here of you really need an apology. Don't accept anything but, okay? So that's what I've got for you. I've been waiting on an apology for someone. Yeah, well, that's definitely, and it's showing, like, you know what I mean? Like when we are kind and calm, people can often take advantage of that or make us feel a bit stupid and silly. So yes, you're due for one and don't accept anything but. Okay, Lily, let's do you. Just no questions. I just pull a card. Whatever comes. And then I think I've got, who else? Just put your name in the chat. Okay. Knight of Wands. Yeah, look at that. It's funny, we just had the Queen, now we've got the Knight. So the Knight is somebody who's very competent. They're ready. But it can be someone who's very aggressive. Like there's a lot of red in this card. It can be somebody who's very pompous, you know, like, you know, they think their shit don't stink. So just be mindful of that. So it's somebody who's very intellectual, bold, but they can be very uncontrollable, but they want things their way. So it's somebody who's very stubborn here. So what have I got for you? Okay, what have we got? I feel like this is about what you see is what you get. So if you're questioning someone's intentions or somebody, there's a feeling here of what you see is what you get, you know, like they may be bold, they may be brass, but they're not hiding anything. You know, some people can be really full of shit and they can come across like, hey, look at me, I'm so fantastic. But this is a feeling here of, yeah, they may be really, I don't know, in your face or whatever, but it's who they are, you know, like as opposed to somebody who's fake or false. So if you're questioning somebody or have doubts of somebody, just know that this person is who they are. You know, take them for warts and all. Don't try and change this person, you know, don't try and, I don't know, a bit like Nancy's one. Don't try and change somebody for the sake of to fit into your world, okay? Take them for who they are. That's what I've got for you. Okay. Thea, let's do it. Anyone else? Thea. Yeah, I like this deck. I like the book that's with it. Thea. I got this second hand. I like it too. Thea. Anybody else like a card? Let me know. All right. Sometimes it's hard to see the text down the bottom. So we've got another Wands one. Interesting because I was looking at the Eight of Wands before I came on. This is about a victory. Look at her. She's standing here like it can be success. It can be promotion. It's about dignity. It's about social status, position. It's about overcoming criticism as well. It's about building the confidence of the winner, the rewards. So what have I got here for you? Okay, there's a feeling here that you need to know that you're extraordinary. So you've got all these people down the bottom, you know, they're like a group. But look where they are, you know, like they're all following the leader, they're all doing the same thing. You know, some people in life, they're made to stand apart, even though it may be a very introverted, it may be a very lonely journey, but they're being themselves, their uniqueness. So there's a feeling here of, if you've been questioning yourself, there's a feeling here of embrace your uniqueness. Okay, that's a really big message here, you know, like it's okay to stand alone, like a survivor. Okay, like a survivor. So don't question or doubt yourself in order to conform to be other people. Okay, and it's interesting because, you know, Facebook's a funny thing. I connected with the girl that I went to school with, and she sent me a message out of the blue, and it really touched my heart. And I often question, because it's a group of girls and they're still friends, but I always found them always to be bitches, and I'm like, whatever. But I guess we all find our tribe, right? And she said to me, I was just thinking of this yesterday, she said to me, you know what, Diane, you know what I really liked about you? You were just who you were, like you were just very unique. Like she said it in a way that made me feel like, wow, that, like, even to the point I feel like crying. Maybe you feel like crying too because you need to hear this. It was a sense of, you know, you were just you. And isn't that beautiful? Like that isn't it? So that's what you need to hear today. You know, you're just you, and that is perfect. You know, I can go back to the Bible and be reading Psalms and stuff. There was a thing yesterday about uniqueness, but just really know that it's okay to be you, you know, embrace, it's okay to accept who you are, all right? You don't have to conform or feel like you need to be part of a group, all right? And groups are funny, aren't they? They tend to turn on each other in the end. They're always bitching about something. Okay, Lemos, let's do you. Who else? Okay. Well, you might get two. Let's see what we get. You get the same ones, sweetie, but I never read the same ones. Oh, your cards are flicking out everywhere. All right. Yeah, so just know, you know. Okay. What have we got? Lemos. Lemos. The cards have settled down now. We just had to settle them down a little bit. Okay. Got the same. The Four of Wands, seeing eye to eye. So it'd be interesting to see, gosh, it's all been wands today. It'd be interesting to see what we get for you. Like it could be a marriage, it can be engagement, it can be a success, it can be a relationship, it can be a special thing, it can be preparations for a special event. But what have we got for you? I feel like it's your turn. So I don't know whether you're looking at other people's relationships and you're thinking, oh my God, I want what they've got. Oh my God, look at them. They're so happy. What about me? It's your turn. You know, your term's going to come. So I don't know whether you're single, but there's a definite feeling here of your term's coming. So this is like an anticipation of a special someone, okay? But there's a feeling here of your time is coming. Yeah, you get this? So there's a feeling here of looking around, oh my God, look at them. Be patient, you know. Your time is coming. You know, when I've got goosebumps, you're going to have goosies. So when the time is right, the time, as I said to you, your cards were flicking all around the place and I had to settle down. I thought, you know what I mean? So there's a definite feeling here of just enjoy life, you know, just go out, have fun, go for walks, enjoy things, do things that really nourish and but you need to be more grounded. Okay, you have to be more grounded. You know how I said to you, oh my God, the cards are flicking out, they're going everywhere. I've just got to settle down, be more grounded, because I tell you what, if you're not more grounded and you're all up in the air, you're going to attract that energy and it's going to be, it's going to be too much and it's not going to be, but there's a definite feeling here of stability, you know, definitely stability, but you have to be more grounded. You have to be more grounded. But that's what I've got for you. Okay, Sayan, you might be my lucky last. Let's just see if anyone else pops in. Okay, Sayan. What's your time there, everybody? Sayan, what do you need to know? Boy. I'm getting lazy now, shuffling. What does Sayan need to know? Gosh, stuck on this thing. Ooh, the Queen of Swords. We were talking about her earlier. Someone with the sharp tongue. Somebody who can be very direct. Sometimes too much. That can be me sometimes. I don't know whether it can be anybody else. But sometimes there is a feeling here of a loneliness, you know, missing a loved one. It's a very powerful, it's a very grieving card. There's a really, sometimes there can be a feeling of deep sense and something's not realized. You know, we're focusing on the past or the future. So, and you know, sometimes, as I said to you with the pain thing, it can mean that we're holding this in, we're suppressing this. So what have I got for you here? What have I got for you? Who is this again? Sayan. What have I got for you? What have we got here for you? Yeah, I feel like you've been hurt. There's a feeling here of, you know, hit me with the best shot. So to me, there's a feeling here of Yeah, but I feel like you're a survivor. This is what this card is all about. There's a feeling here of still coming out of this hurt and feeling of rebuilding. You know, does this? I just feel like don't allow whatever you've been through to be shameful. You know, don't allow it to be shameful. You know, don't allow it to be whatever you've been through. Don't put shame on that. You know, wear it as a badge of honor. There's a feeling here of this. You know, I feel like utilize that as a resourceful thing. But what else have we got? Did somebody use you for money? Or your time or resources? Like, do you feel used? There's a feeling here of feeling used. Like somebody may have come to you and you've been blinded. It's like things weren't equal. Like they said that they were going to do something, but they didn't do it. They didn't pull through. It's like probably your good nature got taken advantage of. Does this make sense to you? Because there's a feeling here of you need to ensure that relationships are more balanced. Don't be taken advantage of. Even, yeah, like because she's got red shoes and to me it's like you're in the red. I don't know whether this is a financial thing, like someone took money from you or you loaned someone some money and they didn't pay it back. Where is she? Is she here? Oh God. Does that make sense with you? I'll pull this while I wait. Her red shoes, don't they look like blood? Let's do the last one. No, it's more like people saying they're going to do something, but they don't follow through. It's more like taken advantage of. That's what I've got. Yeah, no money lended. Yeah, I've got this, like, well, just be mindful if someone comes to you, because I've just pulled the next card and look at this. You've got people here like ready to steal, you know, beg, borrow to have what you've got. And just be very mindful of this coming up, because you're not A, going to probably get it back, or B, they're taking advantage of your kindness. So just be very mindful of this coming up, because yeah, I pulled another card and I went, okay, you know, and there could be somebody, possibly a man, that might play to your emotions. So just be very careful, because I feel like this person could even be very emotional. But there's a definite feeling here of they could even possibly want what you've got. So just be very careful of that, okay? Just be very, 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 very careful of that. But that's what I've got, guys. That's what I've got. Okay, that was it. Half an hour, but I'll be back maybe live tomorrow. We'll see. Bye, guys.